Hello, everybody. Good day, mate. How do you guys like the new music for the beginning? Does it get you excited? Does it make you wake up? Okay. All right. Here we go. New music. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. If you're watching from the United States, let me see. You know what to let me see. Let me see it. Let me see it right now. If you're watching from Vietnam, if you're watching from Canada, 3, Australia, 4. Hello, Lynn. We've got an interesting talk tonight about the 4% rule. Có ai bao giờ nghe cái 4% rule chưa? Yes, give me a Y if you've heard of it. Give me an N if you've never heard of 4% rule. 4% rule là cái gì? If you don't know what it is, I want to see an N. So I want to see how much you already know. And then if not a lot of people know, then I will explain it more. But it is a rule that a lot of investors will use or talk about when they talk about retirement planning. It's helpful when you're thinking about retirement because very often when I ask someone how much they think they need, they don't know. I even ask them, what age do you want to retire? They don't know. But we're going to see if the 4% rule actually works and if you should follow the rule. Okay, so we'll talk about that. It is Money Monday, so let's talk about it. First of all, everyone, this video is meant for educational purposes only, not to be taken as specific tax or investment advice. Nên đừng có là vì Lina nói là như vậy nhá. Nếu quý vị muốn Lina nhìn lại cái plan của quý vị, because everyone is different, please contact me. Còn đây á, mình sẽ nói về cái 4% rule. Okay, here we go. The 4% rule. What the heck is the 4% rule? So when you're planning for retirement, different experts have different rules of thumb. And one of them is known as the 4% rule. This rule can be helpful in making your planning more simple. So always, if there are rules that we can follow, it makes things easier. But it may not always work, so you have to use it carefully, right? So what is the 4% rule? The 4% rule refers to how much money you withdraw each year after you retire. The rule says that you should use no more than 4% of the value of your portfolio of stocks and bonds in the first year after you stop working. Như vậy là tổng cộng bao nhiêu đó mình nên lấy ra 4% thôi. For example, my slides. For example, if you have $100,000 when you retire, okay, so 4% of that would be what? If you don't know this answer, you're fired. Would be $4,000. So according to the rule, you would withdraw $4,000 in your first year of retirement. All right. So the percentage stays the same each year. So it's always going to be 4%. Yeah, the percentage doesn't change. The amount changes each year with inflation. And according to the 4% rule, your portfolio should last you 30 years. Oh, really? Keep in mind, however, the 4% rule assumes that when you retire, your portfolio allocation is 50% stocks and 50% bonds. Okay, this mix would mean that your return matches the overall market. So if your portfolio is set up differently, well, then your rate of return could be very different. So then you might be able to withdraw more or less. Also keep in mind, the 4% rule assumes that retirement will last for 30 years. Oh, but there's a good chance that many retirees will live longer than that after they stop working. especially if you retire early, and of course, now that people are living longer. So, even if this rule lasts you for 30 years, that might not be enough. And what about taxes? Gosh darn it, no one ever talks about taxes. They will be. They will be. Yeah. If you withdraw 4,000 from an IRA, you pay federal and state taxes on that amount. So, guess what? That 4,000 may actually give you relatively less money. Yeah. All that money you're putting away in the 401k, hello, unless it's in a Roth, you still need to pay taxes. So the 4% rule is really just a guideline, not a hard and fast rule. Quý vị hiểu hard and fast rule không? Là cái luật mà giống như là very trắng đen á. So it's a guideline là khác, mà rule là khác. Remember the hammer and nail? When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. That means you can't use this rule for everybody. Everyone's situation is different. So there is no way that one formula can work for everybody. It just can't. So, what are the things you do need to consider when you're planning for your retirement? You have to consider all of your other expected sources of income. I am shocked how many people forget they actually will have other sources of income, or they expect too much from it. Okay? So let's look about where those sources can be coming from. Of course, 401k or 403b, whatever retirement plan that you might be saving your money with through your employer. By the way, we all call it that. We all call saving. Well, so you're putting it away and you're investing it for your retirement. Then there's the Roth. Okay, 401k is a Roth. So a Roth IRA is after-tax dollars. So you don't have to pay taxes on that. Yeah, you've already paid it before you put it in. Pension for the few people who still have pension. Oh, rental income. Some of the rental income you may already have. Some people are planning to buy property so that they can collect rental income in their retirement. Really not as passive as it sounds. It's not passive. It's a lot of work. Social Security. Okay. Maybe you've got stocks. So just remember that you've got all these different sources of income. So remember that. Second thing, what types of investments you have. Of course, this matters. Of course, it matters. If you have the type of investment that will go up and down with the market, know that your money is at risk. Know that maybe on the year that you retire, the market crashes, you're going to lose some money. And then know that when you take it out, you're going to have to pay some taxes on it. Okie dokie. How long you can expect to live? I'm, again, very surprised each time I talk to someone. And by the way, that's lenawin.net/money. That's how you make an appointment with me. So we can talk about what you have and how we can plan for your future. Nhưng mà ai cũng nói là thôi tôi không sống lâu như vậy đâu. Ủa tại sao biết hay vậy? How do you know? Sometimes I come up with a plan and I say như vậy là chị sẽ lãnh cái tiền income á, từ tuổi này đến tuổi 85. Không, tôi không sống lâu đến cỡ đó đâu. And then I say, nhưng mà nếu mà chị sống lâu hơn thì sao? Right? So you have to remember that you might live longer, right? You might live longer than you planned. Rồi, what your tax rate might be after you retire. Can I tell you something? I've only talked to 2 people who are doing it right. I've only talked to 2 people whose tax bracket will be lower in retirement. Everyone else, when we figure it out, they're going to be making more money in retirement. Yeah. Now, you might say, thì more money thì đâu sao đâu, more money thì that's good news, right? Well, more money also means more taxes most of the time. So depending on where you're growing that money, you have to remember your taxes. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Man, God, I hate them. But guess what? They're here. They're here to stay. You cannot avoid taxes. Sooner or later, you must pay them. So the challenge is trying to figure out, do we pay them now, a little bit at a time, or do I wait to pay them later, one big chunk? For most people, it's better to do it a little bit at a time. For just about everyone I talk to. And then the money that you just earned and paid taxes on, mình lấy cái tiền đó, mình bỏ vào cái chỗ khác, mình đầu tư cho nó grow, mai mốt mình lấy tiền ra không trả thuế. Sounds pretty good, huh? Rồi, okay. You must also remember that your needs change year to year once you stop working. So when we go back to the 4% rule, it really doesn't take into consideration that your needs might change, right? Like maybe one year you need more than another year. Okay? Maybe your children needed help to pay for a house, so you need to help them. Maybe you have grandchildren graduating from high school and you need to give them money. Maybe you sell your rental income, your rental house, and you no longer have that income, right? So many things can change that will affect how much money you need year to year. Oh, also, we talk about tax. Hello, the RMD. Nhớ không? Quý vị nhớ không? RMD. Required minimum distribution. Required minimum distribution. So this 4% rule is basically useless once you reach 72 or 73, which is when you have to start taking out withdrawals from your IRAs, okay, known as RMDs, required minimum distribution. And these RMDs are based on a formula which will require you to take more than 4% of your remaining account value as you get older. Oh, did I mention you should worry about taxes? Yes. Please do not forget about taxes. I am amazed how many people, when planning their retirement, have not thought about taxes. Like, I don't understand it. All these years they work, they bỏ tiền vào cái 401k. Rồi khi mà mình nói về retirement, mai mốt mình lấy cái tiền đó ra đó, chưa có ai nghĩ đến thuế. Tại sao vậy? Mấy chục năm mình đi làm, mình không trả thuế lên cái số tiền đó. Rồi bây giờ cái số tiền đó càng ngày nó càng lên nữa, because you're investing. Thì bây giờ quý vị phải trả thuế trên cái số mà mình đã earn đó nha. Không phải cái số mà hồi xưa, nếu mà hồi xưa nó trả mình thêm 1.000. Bây giờ cái 1.000 đó nó thành a much bigger number. Could be 10,000, could be 100,000. Okay, so do not forget about your taxes. You've heard me say it. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Okay? So for most people, if all you're doing is putting money away in a 401k, not enough. It is not enough. So make sure that you're saving for your retirement in more than just one vehicle, more than just one product, more than just one type of investment. Oh, mình nói chuyện về thuế chưa vậy? Taxes. Oh my gosh. Well, guess what? Your tax liability, okay? So It's good news, bad news. The good news is that your 401k is going to make a lot of money. The bad news is you're going to owe a lot in taxes. But human nature is this. You want to take the extra money, but you do not want to pay the extra taxes. And you're going to be very unhappy about it. So when I say diversify and I say think about your taxes, this also includes looking at ways to earn your money tax-free. So you've got the 401k, a traditional IRA tax bucket. Tax bucket. That's a bucket. Tax bucket. And then have a non-tax bucket. Hello, non-tax bucket. Non-tax bucket. How many of you have a non-tax bucket? A Roth is a non-tax bucket. But the Roth is a very tiny bucket. Phải không? You've got contribution limits in your Roth. So what if you can find something that's like a Roth, after-tax dollars, tax-deferred growth, tax-free income, but no limitations, no, contribution limitations. Not only no limitations, nhưng mà really no required distributions or anything like that. No age requirements, no penalties. So everyone knows about the tax bucket. Make sure you've got a non-tax bucket. Okay? And then the other thing, protection. Protection. I am so surprised at how many people don't have protection. Sometimes when I talk to people and I ask them very simply, by the way, hồi trước Lina hơi ngại khi mà nói chuyện với nhất là người Việt Nam, hồi trước là hơi ngại nói về chết và này kia. Nhưng mà now I am no more ngại. I am no more ngại nhé. Because you have to think about it. So I always say, chị ơi, nếu mà ngày mai mà cái gì mà happen to ông xã thì sao? Like, what if your husband dies tomorrow? And the husband is the main breadwinner. Yeah? Lương của người husband gấp 2 người vợ. Có con cái nữa. So nếu mà ngày mai mà something happened to the husband thì sao? Then they say thì khi đó là mình có cái tiền 401k của ổng á. Mình có cái tiền pension của ổng. Mình có cái... But guess what? Ổng chưa có trả thuế nơi cái hai cái đó nữa nha. So we have to pay taxes on that. And guess what? Now you're not married filing jointly. Now you're single. Now you're single with double the income. So your tax bracket used to be 22%. Now it's like 34%. And that's if the tax brackets don't change, right? So those are things we need to think about. And then I say, đó là nói về là chồng mất. Còn như nếu mà chồng bệnh hoặc là bị stroke, rồi paralyzed, can't work. Rồi sao? Where do you get the money to care for him? And everyone always thinks health insurance. No. Health insurance pays for your doctor's visits. Nếu mà mình cần mổ xẻ gì thì nó giúp mình thôi. They only pay a portion of that. If you need the kind of care you would need, chẳng hạn như ai mà có cha mẹ lớn tuổi, okay? Nhất ở đây ở Mỹ nè. If they get Alzheimer's, they need help. And nếu mà quý vị mà không có quit job ở nhà take care cha mẹ được, they have to go to a nursing home. Hoặc là mình phải hire người ta tới nhà mình để take care. Tiền túi hết. Health insurance does not pay for that. So please keep that in mind. Families go bankrupt all the time. No protection. And I'm going to explain this one more time for people who think cái người mà mình mua bảo hiểm cho cái người đó Mình phải mua cái loại bảo hiểm mà có cái living benefit là khi họ đang sống họ hưởng được, chứ không phải là tiền tử thôi. Nhưng mà cái bảo hiểm đó nếu mà họ mất thì có tiền tử để take care of the rest of the family. Nếu mà ông chồng mất thì cái tiền tử sẽ về vợ và con. Còn nếu mà bà xã mất thì cái tiền cũng về ông chồng và mấy đứa con. Hoặc là if you're single parent, oh my gosh, nhất là if you're a single parent, take care of your kids. So this is also a great thing to start for your children. It's a great way for them to save money and also be protected. Nhưng mà you do not want a high death benefit for kids. Tại vì nó không có make sense. I talked to a woman today. The whole family has the same insurance type from the same insurance company. They put a lot of money into it. Nhưng mà sau 20 năm, cái tiền lời của họ đó không có được. Cái tiền lời của họ, I think is 1/5 or 1/6 of what they put in already. That's not good investing. That's not a good plan. So, and then, cái người bán cho họ, bán cho con nít, một đứa con nít mà tiền tử 500.000. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait a second. I'll tell you why. Big commission. Tại vì cái tiền insurance của một đứa con nít rất là thấp. Nhưng mà mua tiền tử cao thì dĩ nhiên là a lot of commission for the agent. So structure it correctly. Mình lớn tuổi, mình làm ra tiền, mình có tiền lương mình cao. Đó mới là tiền tử mới cao. That's the way you do it. Tại vì khi đó nếu mà có chuyện gì mình có tiền để bao cái tiền mà mình đi làm. Nhá. Và nếu mà mình mất thì mình có cái số tiền lớn để take care gia đình. Còn một đứa con nít, they don't need that. That's the wrong structure. Một đứa con nít là mình phải invest. Nó vẫn có bảo hiểm nhưng mà mình phải invest. So down the road, mình có một đống cash. Nó lấy cái tiền đó nó đi học, nó mua nhà, nó làm đám cưới, whatever they want to do. Nhưng mà it makes no sense for a 5-year-old to have a $500,000 life insurance policy. It doesn't. Like you could do so much more, you could do so much better. Okay, so that's that. So I know sometimes when people see and they hear about these products and right away they want to ask, what's the best thing for me? Well, I don't know because I haven't looked at your stuff yet. So what's best for you is not what's best for your neighbor. So many people I hear they say là bạn tôi đầu tư cái này, đầu tư cái kia và bạn tôi như vậy. Please, cái gì chứ tài chánh, chưa chắc chắn gì là bạn mình nói sự thật cho mình biết. Nên quý vị, bạn quý vị làm gì, good for them, mình lo cho mình đi. Okay, mình lo cho mình lo cho gia đình mình. Because mai mốt mà cái gì mà xảy ra mình không được khỏe hoặc là mình mất thì bạn của mình không có tới mà nuôi gia đình mình đâu. So let's take care of ourselves so we can take care of our family. Okay? Okay. Someone says they love paying taxes. They feel like they're doing something right. Well, good. Then you can pay my taxes too, and you can do something really right. So that's a funny thing to say. Normally, when people talk like that, it's probably because they don't understand taxes. You shouldn't have to pay any more than you have to. We're not saying don't pay taxes. It's when you pay taxes. Okay? Big difference, yeah? When you pay taxes. Because when you pay the taxes affects how much money you'll actually have. Do you pay it all little by now, or do you pay it all in one lump sum later? Do you make more money now, or will you make more money later? Because why? Don't forget, your tax deductions go away. Không có trả tiền nhà, không có trả mortgage, không có trả tiền xe, không có trả lots of things. Con cái lớn hết rồi, no dependence. So let's remember all these things when we think about the future. And I know, and I want to prepare you. When you talk to me, I am going to make you think about how much you're spending. So many people could take home pay thì tính ra cái bill, cái expenses rồi đó. Trời ơi, dư nhiều lắm. Nhưng mà nhìn đi nhìn lại, I asked them, như vậy cái tiền này nó đi đâu? Không biết. Shopping, eating out, lots of vacations. That's great if you can afford it in the future. Meaning that's great if you have something in place, you have a plan that allows you to do that in the future, meaning allows you to live comfortably in the future. So those are the things. So the 4% rule, it's only a guideline. It's only a guideline. Okay, guideline. So that when you start thinking, okay, như vậy là cái năm đầu mình retire thì cái portfolio mình nó worth bao nhiêu, mình nên lấy ra bao nhiêu. Nhưng mà it's not a hard rule. Nên we need to consider other things. Maggie, you're very right. Smart people would find ways to pay less taxes legally. Absolutely, Maggie. Maggie's my new best friend. And then, of course, Tang said that's what he meant. That's a funny way of saying that because that's not what you said. That's not what you said. Thank you, Maggie. Please do keep my contact information. So there you go. That's how you get in contact with me. And I can help you with just take a look at your stuff. I was very happy to look at several policies last week, and we found problems. We found people who were upside down, just like a reverse mortgage. Là cái tiền mình đóng vào đó, nó nhiều hơn cái tiền cash value. Nếu như vậy là đầu tư kiểu đó là thôi á, right? And also, some of your policies will have something that's called return of premium. Return of premium thì mình nghe, như vậy mấy chục năm sau mà nếu mà tôi muốn tôi lấy những cái tiền vốn của mình đó, cái tiền mình đóng vào đó mình lấy về hết được. I like that, they say. Nhưng mà why would you like that? Nhá, quý vị mà đã đóng vào một cái hợp đồng mấy chục năm rồi. Okay? Sau này mình càng lớn là cái tiền insurance nó càng cao. Bởi vậy mình đã bắt đầu đóng khi mình trẻ. Get in a good program, good policy. Sau này nếu mà mình lấy lại cái tiền vốn á, that means là you give them money for mấy chục năm, you give them money for free. Okay, you give them money for free. They lấy cái tiền đó, they invest, they collect tiền lời. Rồi sau đó quý vị nói, đưa lại hết cái tiền đó cho mình. Dĩ nhiên nó đưa lại rồi. Tội gì mà không? Mấy chục năm, nó xài cái tiền của mình, nó đầu tư, nó ăn tiền lời, nó không có cho mình một đồng nào hết. Bây giờ quý vị lấy lại cái tiền premium, mất luôn cả cái hợp đồng. Như vậy là mai mốt mà mất là không có đồng nào. So please understand it before you make big decisions, okay? Có một người hỏi nè, cái câu hỏi này, so many people ask me nhá. Vi Lê. Vi Lê. What savings account or investment would you recommend for children? So get in contact with me and I will show you how a properly structured IUL is so awesome for kids. Be careful who structures it for you. Because I checked two of them today's Monday, last week. Not properly structured. Bleeding money. Nếu mà mình làm cho đúng, okay? Làm cho đúng. Thật sự khi mà mình làm như vậy á, người agent không có được commission luôn á. It's so minimal. Nó không có, it's more work than anything. Nhưng it is the best thing for your family. Và sau này, cháu sẽ có một số tiền lớn nếu mà cháu cần để lấy ra để đi học, hoặc là lấy ra để xây nhà, hoặc là lấy ra để tổ chức đám cưới. Sẽ có. Và sau đó sẽ có tiền retirement. I have one for my kids. Sau này á nha, 50 tuổi, mà 50 tuổi là trẻ, sau này 50 tuổi còn trẻ hơn bây giờ nữa đó. nó sẽ mỗi năm lấy well, I can't remember the number now. Well over $100,000 tax free every year for the rest of her life. Có tiền tử, tiền bệnh nữa. So that's what you can do. Because savings accounts, minimal. And it's just the cash. Nó không có tiền bệnh, nó không có tiền tử nha. Và cái tiền lời mình ăn á, nó không có nhiều. 529, just like a 401k, lên xuống với thị trường. Okay? Nó xuống mà mình mất tiền. Còn sau này mà mình muốn con mình đi học, sau này con mình không đi học á, điên luôn á, tại vì cái tiền đó phải use for education. Rồi sau này nó được job, nó được YouTube job sao? Nó không có cần đi học thì sao? Right? Và mình không có những cái restriction. No penalties, no restrictions. And protected from a downfall. Another no-brainer. Another no-brainer. Dennis, thank you so much, my dear. Yes, hit the like button, people. You tell them, Dennis. Hit the like button, people. Rồi. Okay. Now I'm going to say goodnight. Sáng giờ làm việc quá trời á, không có ăn, I didn't even eat dinner. Hơi đói bụng rồi đó. Thôi bây giờ đi ăn hỉ? Thank you again. And I will see you Thursday. Okay? No more music. I'm just going to say bye. Okay. I love you. Mwah. Bye. Okay.